I wanted to talk about something I don't see a lot of photographers or retouchers talk about, but is something that a lot of beginners get wrong. That is removing something from a person that is permanent. I remember when I went to go get my senior photos done in high school, when I got the finished edited photos back, I noticed that the photographer had actually removed the moles that I have on my neck. Now back in the day, this was kind of considered normal practice because back then, the whole goal of photography was to make someone look as perfect as possible. You didn't want anything that would be considered an imperfection. But nowadays, we want to make people look their best in their photos, but we still want what makes them who they are. So with this, what I'm trying to say is when you get to retouching your subject, you should only be removing the things that will generally go away on their own. So things like acne, blemishes, and scratches, basically anything that would go away in a week or two, because if you were to shoot them on a different day, those things might not be there anyway. In retouching, you're kind of like a makeup artist, touching up the things that the person might not want in their image. With this, you want to make sure that you don't remove anything that makes up that person as a whole, or things that make the person look the way that they look. So things like birthmarks, moles, and freckles are things you don't want to take away, and especially don't take away things like piercings or tattoos because the person opted to put those there. Your goal as a photographer and retoucher should always be to make that person look their best without changing who they are or their identifiable features. Now with all this, there is of course some gray areas that I would like to cover. By that I mean things that might be permanent but the subject doesn't want in their photos. For example, something I consider a gray area is visible scars. I consider this a gray area because sometimes scars are physical features that tells a story of some past trauma that the person might not want to be shown in their photos. Or in something like my case, I actually have a crook in my nose that I usually opt to edit out because I think it distracts from some of my other features. But it's in cases like this where you should have some good communication with your client or your subject about how much retouching they would want and if there's anything that they would actually want removed. Everyone is different and has different views about what the best version of themselves look like, so it's good to get an idea of what that looks like so you can give your client the best work. I would never want someone to remove the moles that I have on me because that's part of what makes me who I am. So when you're editing and retouching your subject, be mindful about that person, make them look their best, and have a short talk with your client about what they would like out of the images that you are providing. But that pretty much does it for this video. If you guys have any suggestions on something you would like me to cover, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I hope you guys have a great day. See ya.